Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Rob Stark, and in today's video I have some quick tips and thoughts on Pam and Tarah. Alright, so let's start out with Pam. Pam has the third highest health in the game. She has she starts out with 1,000 hit points at level 1, goes up to 1250 at max health. Her attack has a range of about 8 tiles, and it has a really wide spread. Has a spread sort of similar to Poco. It's like in between Poco and Shelly. And then her reload speed is actually kind of slow. It's about 1.8 seconds, which is slower than average. And each of her shots, she fires a bunch of shots from left to right, and they deal 40 damage each at level 1 and 50 at max. And then she also has her super, is a turret that she spawns that heals people. Heals about 60 health per second at level 1 and 75 at max, and the turret has 900 health. And my honest opinion of Pam is she's honestly kind of underwhelming in my sense. I think she needs a small buff because it's sort of hard to do a lot of damage with her right now, since her attack really, you can't aim it, it aims the same way every single time, and it has a very wide spread. So unless you're like point blanking someone, which even that is sort of hard to do, since once she fires, until she's done with the sequence, she's locked in. She can't, like, you can strafe side to side, but you can't change the direction. And honestly, because it's sort of like hard to deal a lot of damage with her, you want to pair her with other people who can deal a lot of damage, and she can sort of be the support. She can be sort of tanky. She can heal people up. So you want to pair her with people like Shelly, Nita, even Tarah as well, or like Spike Crow, whatever. There's a lot of people, anyone who can deal a lot of damage is going to be good to put with Tarah. So you probably don't want to use people like Bo, Mortis, or Poco with Pam. Yeah, and because it's sort of like hard for her to hit a lot of shots, you don't want to focus on hitting just one person. You want to sort of play it like you would play Poco. You want to try and hit as many people as possible. You just want to do as much total damage as possible, as opposed to doing as much damage to one person. And then if you're able to do that, it'll just make it a lot easier for your teammates to kill them. She's actually a really good gem grabber in Smash and Grab, and honestly that's probably her best game type. Because she has a lot of health and she can heal up, it's going to be hard for her to die very often, and also because she's a backliner, she'll be backing you with the gems and she doesn't have to be too aggressive. And then just as far as placing her turret, you want to sort of like place it in locations that are hard to shoot, sort of like behind walls, and in that sense, and you can like hide it in the grass, but overall it's not going to do a lot if they can just shoot it easily. I would mostly just push with her in Smash and Grab, although she's actually pretty good in Bounty too. Although I wouldn't use her much in Showdown, and I really probably wouldn't use her at all in Heist. She just doesn't do enough damage for either of those, and she doesn't play well enough to the objective. She's not really going to win any 1v1s in Showdown unless you have a ton of Brawl boxes. And in Heist, she's really just not, honestly, not very useful. In Brawl Ball at the time of recording isn't out yet. I think it'll be interesting to see how she does. I think she could be okay here, as she does have a lot of health. She can be tanky, survive for a while. She can keep her teammates up. And it might also be easy for her to actually deal a decent amount of damage, and people might group up. They might be all going for the ball, and then she can deal a lot of damage. So she could be okay in Brawl Ball, but we'll have to wait and see. My last tip with her is, if you are up close, you can do a lot of damage, but I would recommend probably trying to back up a little bit to be more accurate with your shots. Okay, and then as far as countering Pam, often if she uses her turret, it can be a good idea to use your super on her turret if you can hit at least one other person, as generally people try and clump up around the turret and it makes it easy shots. And then as far as like killing Pam, you sort of just want to chip away at her, as she has a lot of health, so it's going to be hard to kill her in just 3 to 4 shots. And unless you're a Nita, Jessie, or Poco, and maybe a Bo or Spike, you can probably win 1v1 versus Pam unless she has her turret up. And if she does have her turret up, just focus on killing the turret before killing her, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to kill her unless you're double teaming her, and she'll just end up healing up and you'll be helping her build up her next turret. Alright, now let's get into Tarah. Tarah has about 800 health. She starts out with 800 health, and at max she has 1,000, which is the same as Nita and Shelly. Her attack is really similar to Crow's, except instead of poison, it does more damage. So similar to Crow, she fires 3 shots. There are 3 cards, and they deal 100 damage each at level 1, and at max they deal 125. And those cards pierce, meaning that they'll go through enemies, sort of like Nita's attack. And she has a reload speed of about 1.8 seconds, which is also below average. She has a pretty long range though of 8 tiles, but in reality she does more damage up close, where it's easier to have multiple cards hit on enemies. If you're firing at max range, unless you're hitting multiple people, you're really only going to be doing 125 damage, most likely. Her super is called Gravity, and it draws enemies into the center of where you throw it, and then it does a small amount of explosion damage. And it also disrupts their attack and movement while they're being sucked in and during the explosion. So as far as Tarah, she's a really great aggro character where she can be really aggressive and go after kills. One thing to keep in mind though, she doesn't match up well versus Bull or El Primo, so if you do see her Bull or El Primo, try and stay away, not get too close, and try and have a teammate help you kill them. They sort of have too much health for you really to be able to kill. And then unless you have like a teammate helping you, yeah, throwing those cards at a long range probably won't get you many kills. You really sort of want to get in range where you can hit at least 2 cards. You don't need to get in range within 3, although at close range, Tarah owns most low health characters like Colt or Barley. She can do 300 plus damage depending on how upgraded her damage is really fast, and she can fire all 3 really fast, and she'll probably just kill those really easily. And then her super is really interesting. You can really use it in honestly so many different ways. One of the favorite ways I like to use it is if you're in a tough situation like 1v1, you can consider throwing her super to disrupt their attack, and then you can sort of either barrage them and kill them, or you can just use it as a chance to run away. Also, her super works really well with other brawlers like Barley or Spike, especially when they're nearby. You can combo them up, especially if you can get in Discord and call out when you're going to use her super. Also, you can, at the end of games in like Bounty or Smash and Grab, you can use her super to keep other enemies away. There's lots of possibilities with using her super. Alright, and then as far as what events to push Tarah in, she's definitely good in Smash and Grab. Although while she has a decent amount of health, I probably wouldn't pick up gems with her if you can, because she's better as an aggro character and she can be really aggressive and sort of just pester people. But if you need to, she can pick up gems. She's definitely good in Smash and Grab. She's really good in Bounty, since you can pair up her super really well and get kills and sort of spawn trap people and force lanes. She's not that good in Heist. I probably wouldn't use her there. She might be okay on the new Heist map, but otherwise I probably wouldn't use her. In Showdown, she's definitely good. You can push up pretty high with her in Showdown. I probably wouldn't go towards the center of the maps too often. I wouldn't try and go towards the Bulls and El Primos, stay away from those people. But you can win a lot of the matchups with Barleys, Shellys, Dynamites, just trying to get Brawl boxes and get upgrades. Use your super to win 1v1s. She's definitely good in that. And then again, as Brawl Ball isn't out yet, I'm not exactly sure how good she is in Brawl Ball, but I would think she'll be pretty good in Brawl Ball, as she has a decent amount of health, and you can use her super to either drag enemies that are trying to score. You can drag them back. You can maybe drag them away from your teammate who's trying to score. You can just use it to try and kill them. I definitely think she'll be pretty good in Brawl Ball. And then for as countering Tarah, unless you're a Bull or El Primo, probably don't try and get too close to her. As I was saying earlier, if she's point blank, she can do a lot of damage. She can really outdamage most brawlers at close range, even Shelly, unless Shelly uses her super. So in reality, you want to just sort of keep her at range or team killer. Alright, those are my tips and thoughts on Tarah and Pam. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you later.